I always try to be really respectful of my audience's time, and that's why I condense a lot of my work. But today, I'm going to try to speak to you in a measured and patient flow. Have you ever watched Crash Course? It's like this flow of information. The Green Brothers, they created it. It's on YouTube, and uh, you watch those, and it's just like bit of information after bit of information just coming at you, along with this animation, and it's quite fun, really. You just got to get ready for it, and then be ready to watch it twice, sometimes, or three times, or anyway. There's so much information out there right now. I wanted to talk to you today about creative intelligence and what it is like to tap in to the creative source. I'd like you to ask yourself right now what you know about creativity, what you know about source, what do you know about flow? What is it like for you to tap in to the creative source? Because that's really one way to talk about what we're all learning right now. And strangely enough, to learn that, there's a lot that you've got to unlearn. Unlearning. You can take a breath around that idea. What is it like to drop the things that you think you know, to discover the things that you never imagined you could know? How can you possibly learn something that you couldn't imagine? That's one way we can talk about what the creative source is. There's a way to come in to what you could not even imagine. Have you ever thought about a butterfly? Before there's a butterfly, there is a caterpillar. And that caterpillar cannot fly. I don't know how good a caterpillar's imagination is. Can you imagine if a caterpillar can imagine being a butterfly? I couldn't have imagined before I started speaking that I was going to be laughing about a caterpillar's imagination. And that's kind of what creative flow is like. I read once that scientists named these cells in a caterpillar imaginal cells, that somehow a caterpillar goes into this chrysalis state, or this cocoon state. Somehow it wraps this cocoon all around itself, this chrysalis, and it becomes something less even than a caterpillar. Like it turns into this goo, and that there are these imaginal cells in this caterpillar that just basically reduce it to a gooey mess inside of this cocoon, where it resembles nothing like a caterpillar, and then it reimagines itself. If you can imagine that. I mean, how intelligent do you believe a caterpillar to be? And yet somehow this caterpillar goes through this process of reimagining itself with these cells that somebody decided to call imaginal cells. I don't know. I haven't done this research myself. I just read it, and then now there's a creative flow that's communicating something to you about what true intelligence is. You have an endocrine system in your body. Do you know what an endocrine system is? Amazingly enough, you don't even have to know what an endocrine system is for your endocrine system to work in your body. It's the system that manages your hormones, all of these chemicals that are, being balanced inside of your body. Oh my gosh. You don't have to know what that is in order for it to take place. Nor do you have to know how to operate your endocrine system, your autonomic functions. That's some wild intelligence that's happening in your body. And yet there are people out there, who some of them call themselves scientists, who the idea of a creative intelligence enrages them, right? Because strangely enough, science has become another religion for us. Isn't that interesting? All of the ways that we can approach life. Have you ever studied reason, logic? If this, then that. If this happens, then that will happen. Logic, reason. If you do this, then this will happen. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Turns out that is not the truth when it comes to everything. Now, it is the truth when it comes to Newtonian physics, right? There was a guy named Newton back in the 1600s. He wrote a book called Principia Mathematica, and if you believe that we went to the moon, the book that he wrote is the set of principles and rules that got us to the moon. If the earth is flat, then everything we're taught in physics books is false. If everything we're taught in physics books is false, then we're living in a very different reality than we studied about in school. If you studied in school, maybe you know what I'm talking about. If you did not study in school, if you had no interest in studying in school, then maybe you had a different kind of intelligence than was being offered in school. If you studied reason and logic, then maybe this is funny to you. If you didn't, maybe you think it's funny in a very different way. Okay. Thank you for joining me today. I hope that together we can discover, or maybe rediscover, or learn, or possibly unlearn. It really is amazing what can happen when we come together and, sometimes we can just come together. We don't even really have to know why. We just can know that it's a good thing to come together. And we might call that love. And love, somehow, we might say about love that it never, ever fails. You can be reborn every moment into love. And love has to do, apparently, with unlearning things, being able to reimagine this moment, being reimagined in this moment, receiving a birth, a brand new birth into this moment and this moment and this moment. Some say the eternal now. May the Lord bless you and keep you, cause his face to shine upon you, be gracious to you, and give you peace.